Hello YouTube friends, welcome back to another exciting video brought to you by RugDoc, where our mission is to help make DeFi safer. As always, remember that we are not financial advisors and this is not financial advice. It is always up to you to do your own research before making any financial decision. If you want a safe place to park some of your funds, there's no doubt you probably ran into two of the biggest companies that do that, BlockFi and Celsius Network. But the question is, which one should you actually use? On one hand, you have a platform that offers really high interest rates, no minimum or maximum deposit amount, and a large number of supported coins. And on the other hand, you have a platform which has a nice credit card and mobile and web integration, not just a mobile app. So which one should you use? Stay tuned in this video and find out my own thoughts. Alright guys, just a quick disclaimer, I am not a financial advisor and please take my opinion as educational and not financial advice. So let's learn a little bit more about how these lending platforms work. First of all, what exactly is BlockFi and Celsius? In short, they are crypto lending platforms. So they're not quite like staking where you can put your own coins and earn some passive income, and in turn they will be lending out your token to borrowers. Celsius and BlockFi are also centralized lending platforms, meaning there are people involved who directly handle your funds. Crypto lending platforms act as middlemen between lenders and borrowers. As someone saving their crypto with these platforms, you store your hammers and tools with Home Depot and it lends it out to borrowers to help you earn some sweet interest. It's just like what banks do, but with crypto. You supply your currency to the bank and start earning interest almost immediately, except that the crypto banks yield a much better return than traditional banks. I'm pretty sure I'm still earning about 0.1% interest on my Discover savings account, while BlockFi and Celsius offer loads more than that. In short, BlockFi and Celsius are both dragons that hoard your money in a cave and give you golden eggs in return. Except instead of slaying the dragon to get your riches, all you have to do is ask for it back. BlockFi and Celsius, besides lending out your own tokens, also offer crypto-backed and collateralized loans, high-yield interest rates, crypto exchange services, and services to allow you to use crypto as cash. So let's take a closer look at the two platforms. I've also used both platforms and I'm currently using both as well. However, I do keep most of my funds in one platform more so than in the other. So let's find out which platform I prefer. Before we jump in the bandwagon, let's talk about the welcome offers that these platforms have to offer. Celsius Network currently has a $50 in Bitcoin promo when you use a referral link and deposit at least $200 worth of crypto in your Celsius wallet. BlockFi, on the other hand, has a tiered referral system. If you sign up using someone's referral code, you can earn minimum $15 in Bitcoin if you put at least $100 in your account, all the way up to $250. But you must maintain at least $100,000 to get this amount. You also have to wait for 2.5 months from the month of eligibility in order to remain eligible for this offer. So that's quite a long time, more so than Celsius. Personally, I think Celsius wins out in this regard. Now, currently, BlockFi only offers 9 different currencies from Bitcoin, Ethereum, Litecoin, a bunch of stablecoins, and DAI and Uniswap, among some others. Celsius, on the other hand, offers way more than that, including Aave, Synthetics, Polygon, EOS, Dash, and more. BlockFi is also very American-centric as they only support US dollars as their on-ramp from fiat to cryptocurrency. Celsius, on the other hand, accepts a lot more from Japanese yen, Taiwan dollars, and chances are if you're living outside the States, you'll want to pick Celsius for that convenience. Okay, let's take a look at BlockFi's lending rates. As you can see, anything up to 0.1 Bitcoin, they'll give you 4.5% APY. But if you have more than 0.35 Bitcoin, they'll only give you 0.1% for that amount. We have these different tiers for Ethereum as well, and the percentage rate gets a lot lower. For stablecoins, if you have up to 40,000 USDC, you can earn 8%. Anything more than that, only 5%. There's the GUSD, which is Gemini stablecoin with the same amount, and so on for their other stablecoins. Celsius, however, is looking a lot more interesting with their APYs in the 8.88% range for their stablecoins, as well as Bitcoin all the way up to 1 Bitcoin offering 6.20%. That's a lot better in my books. Keep in mind, however, these percentages do change and the rates can change without you really even knowing. So keep that in mind before you ape in. So let's take a closer look at Celsius Network. Celsius Network was founded in 2007 by Alex Mashinsky, Nuke Goldstein, and S. Daniel Leon. The goal of this platform was to allow crypto to be used more like fiat and allow people to save via high interest incentivization. Within the year, they also issued their own coin, the CEL token, which users can use to get an even higher interest rate and loan products. This is very different than BlockFi, which does not have their own native token. Celsius is also headquartered in London and is only available via the mobile app currently. There is no web app like BlockFi, so that might be a downside if you are looking for a web usage. In a recent interview, Alex Mashinsky explained how Celsius is a revolution, a video that has inspired a large number of individuals to jump on the platform. Now let's take a look at BlockFi. BlockFi was also founded in 2017. They had a similar goal, but was more cost-effective right from the beginning. BlockFi was founded by Zach Prince and Flory Marquez, CEO and SVP Operations respectively. In a recent short interview, Flory Marquez impressed upon the fact that BlockFi is doing everything it can to make it easier for users to earn crypto, and as far as we can tell, BlockFi actually manages to do that, and then some. BlockFi is also headquartered in New York but serves clients across the world. Having said that, the number of currencies it accepts is much less than that of Celsius. A discontinued network that you might have heard of a few years ago, BitConnect, promised users a very high rate of interest. It offered a structure similar to arbitrage bots, but ended up being a scheme to acquire new user deposits. Of course, it was very unsustainable. They got caught and now they have the SEC all over them. Celsius and BlockFi, however, adopt a different approach, lending out the money you and I invest to other institutions and companies. These other institutions and companies aren't just your random borrower, they are actually vetted through a rigorous system. To make sure that the investment remains sound and viable, the two ask for some sort of collateral that covers the loan amount and discontinued interest. This is exactly what traditional banks do, except that they have a large number of lenders compared to these crypto banks. The most common institutions or businesses that they lend out crypto to are crypto exchanges. BlockFi and Celsius are aggregating your crypto deposits and lend them out, who then repay the loan over time with interest. This interest gets divided into all the other people who had stored their crypto on the platform. This is known as Rehypothecation. It is important to note at this point that while traditional banks do tend to have a large number of individuals demanding fiat-based loans, exchanges need a lot more liquidity and therefore need a much bigger loan volume. This in turn translates to increased risk for the two, which means more interest rates, which means better yields for you. And as the number of exchanges increase, the demand for crypto loans will further increase, sparking competition and can potentially increase the rates significantly in the upcoming years, benefiting you in the end. According to Forbes.com, BlockFi currently manages more than $15 billion in assets as of March 11th of 2021. And according to this article by PR Newswire, Celsius network assets are officially over the $20 billion mark as of August 24th, 2021. In fact, with almost 1 million customers, Celsius was the first to break through the $20 billion assets barrier for any CeFi or DeFi platform. So you can say that Celsius now has outgrown BlockFi. Another thing you might want to consider is how often you're going to be paid. With BlockFi, the interest is paid every month, while Celsius pays out weekly. Celsius also doesn't charge you at all for withdrawing funds, while with BlockFi there is just one free withdrawal per month. You can see this chart for BlockFi's detailed fee schedule as the time of this video. So in the end, which one is right for you? Personally, I started with BlockFi as there were a lot of hot YouTubers offering these sweet promos for BlockFi, and there were some nice welcome bonuses. However, as of recently, I switched over to Celsius, not only because they were decreasing their rates, actually it seemed like they were decreasing their interest rates every single month, but they also had a recent scare when they accidentally transferred Bitcoin to random people. In fact, they mistakenly almost transferred less than 100 Bitcoin, which was believed to be around $10 million to some random people. Now that's a big mistake, and I'm sure the person who made that mistake no longer is working at BlockFi, or at least I hope. Also, according to Cointelegraph, BlockFi is facing regulatory heat from many different states in America. And anytime anything crypto related is going to be cracked down upon by the United States government, that's a big sign that the company might be in for some trouble. Now, that's not to say that Celsius is all safe either. In fact, if you remember, back then, crypto lending platform Cred actually had to go bankrupt. Cred, even though it's different than Celsius Network, also had their own native token. And some people say that having a native token in an exchange is a sign of danger. So all in all, even though Celsius and BlockFi can be viable options, personally, I'll be sticking with Celsius. However, there is still risk involved. Whenever these companies are lending your own funds, you won't be able to clearly know who gets your funds and where the funds are going to. However, Celsius is trying to be more transparent in that regards, while BlockFi seems to be going through some transparency issues. So all in all, I would highly recommend doing your own research before diving into these lending platforms. And remember, these high APYs are not entirely free. There's always going to be some risk. So guys, what do you use? Do you use Celsius, BlockFi, or do you use any other of the popular exchanges out there like Voyager or Nexo? Please leave a comment below or join our Telegram group at RugDoc, which I will leave in the description below. As always guys, stay safe and have an amazing day.